Good afternoon, YouTube friends. Welcome back to the channel. I thought I'd pop on quickly because I'm sitting in the car waiting for Helen in rheumatology. You know what it's like if you're waiting in the waiting room. It's so boring. So I thought I'll sit in and catch up with you. Now, I've been finding it really hard the last couple of months. Just like with the grey skies, the dull, there's not much light. The weather's rubbish. I think today was the only day we had a little bit of sunshine, but it kind of is bringing my mood down a bit, really. Plus, we're still surrounded by all those bloody trees. Now, we have got someone coming with his son to do the trees, but unfortunately he runs a funeral business, so he can't always come when he says, but yeah, he was meant to come this weekend, but he couldn't, so hopefully next weekend we'll get that big shredder and get started on it. But when I finish that hedge, I'm going to have to get started on it as well, I think, round the back. The other thing I thought of as well, because usually I let the dogs round the back with me, when I'm in the polytunnel, but all the fencing along there is all gone as well, so they'll have to be kept out of there, which is a shame. We got a nice coffee on the way here, and I got a roll, so I'm going to have that in a minute. Now surely it's got to get better at some stage. We've had loads of rain, we had another storm, so yeah, I did do a little bit of hedge cutting yesterday, so I'll pop that in. The hedge that usually our neighbour would get cut every year for us, because it does block a lot of the lighting when it gets to a certain height, So I've been doing that, and that's not been straightforward, but we'll get there in the end, and it's nice to have that bit more light into the front room. So I've looked at the weather map. We've got about 5 days now without rain, so fingers crossed I can get the other side of that hedge cut. One thing that I really get annoyed about is myself. I think I can do a lot more than what I can. I have, I don't know if I told you before, but I do have autoimmune disease. I've got something called Behçet's. It affects your joints, you get mouth ulcers, you get fatigue, you get all the rest that goes with it. And you get phases of that where you feel really well, and you just don't know when you're not going to feel right, and it's unpredictable. So I suppose that's what they say. And I take a biological for that, but I kind of like mourn for my old self. Always on the go. I'm always on the go now, but like I say, I keep thinking I can do more than what I can, and it's frustrating. I kind of mourn my life as it was before, although I have to accept that that's what it is now. But yeah, I tend to go mad on the days when I feel all right, and then suffer for a few days after that. But at least I get done, what I thought I'd get done in that day. But yeah, I've had that for over 10 years now, and it's taken so long to get to the bottom of it and get treatment. I've changed several biologicals to try and get it right. This is a different one now. I've been on for about 8 weeks, but it can take a long time to get into your body. So I'm hoping it'll be good. And yeah, but I don't think you ever get back to like you were, but as long as you feel a lot better than you did, if that makes sense. They were talking about that, what do you call it? The COVID jabs, weren't they, causing things? But this happened well before COVID. But I know some people that have got like sudden autoimmune things wrong, which are linked to the COVID jab. Yeah, I was reading something in the paper about it the other day, so all is not as good as it seems really with that, is it? When the rain stops and we get lots of good days, my spirits will be right up there and I'll be as happy as anything, and I'm back out fishing. Look forward to, haven't we? You know, it's not all doom and gloom, but it feels it for me. But yeah, I'm usually upbeat and I can always find the good side of something, you know. And yeah, so I look forward to that, being outside again, and yeah, you joining me as well. I think that this year's going to be a year of probably growing tomatoes. I bought some little peat pots yesterday because all of my gardening pots and that I tidied away nicely, but they're in that green polytunnel that's got all the trees over the top of it. So I will be planting those any time now, really, Roma tomatoes, and they'll just be for the freezer. But really, when you think about it, I'm going to be a bit cautious about batch cooking and freezing, because we were, like you know, we were 16 days without electric, and that meant that we had to throw a lot of our food away. 16 days would be a long time for anyone to try and run. We had the, freezer out the back, chest freezer, another freezer down the bottom, plus the small freezer in the kitchen, and that was all, you know, soups that we've made or whatever, bologneses. So I ran that for quite a while, but then it just got too much. It was costing too much. So in the end, all that food got chucked away. So it's made me think, you know, don't do it. Not here anyway, because you can't risk keep losing that amount of food, can you? So I'm just going to grow tomatoes, cucumbers probably, and the rest of the year, unfortunately, it'll probably be for me tidying up that back bit and getting all the beds straight, because I'm sure a lot of them have probably been damaged. But like I say, I want to use that wood to the wood from the trees to make the beds look good again. I can even make them a little bit higher, I think. So that aspect of it is good. So yeah, I sometimes think of my old mum. You know, they when we were growing up, we grew up in the country in Somerset, and they had a little small holding and pigs, and I had a goat. I used to take the goat for a walk. It was lovely. And yeah, but I often think of her. She died when she was 62 of leukemia. She was my best friend. I really, really, really took a hard knocking when Mum passed. It was awful. But I often think of her because she used to play her Irish music. She used to love it. And of course, now we're in Ireland, I think she would have absolutely loved it here. She probably would have never gone home. So over the next few days, I shall be out in the garden, but it'll be tidying up and trying to find the garden. And I'll take you along with me. And thank you all so much for watching. It really helps the channel, and the thumbs up goes a long way too. And if you enjoy the videos, please consider subscribing. But anyway, I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great week, everyone. Bye.